draft, and you've got Anthony Edwards at number 1. And my question is he a good enough shooter in today's NBA to go 1? Look, body type's obvious. I can see it. But is that going to be a question for anybody?
He struggled shooting the ball down the stretch. There's no doubt about it. But I sat there courtside in Maui when he went for 37 points against Michigan State, and his stroke looked just fine there. I think it's more an issue of shot selection, of knowing how to play. But every scout, executive, GM I've spoken to, at least the majority of them, they see Anthony Edwards as the top prospect in this draft. He can fit with the Klay Thompson, with the Steph Curry, with the Draymond Green as kind of a microwave guy. And then down the line, you hope that as Steph, as Draymond, as Klay get older, that he could potentially be the face of your franchise. But they're on a different timeline than most teams drafting number 1. If I'm Golden State, I believe that they would be open for business on draft night, whether that's getting a veteran player who can come in and help you right away, or moving back to kind of that 5 to 10 range, because there are a lot of quality players in that range that can help them right away and that fit their style. You know, I look at Denny Avdia. This is a kid who, although he's 19 years old, he's played over 30 EuroLeague games, over 50 Israeli League games. He's 6'9", he's smart, he moves the ball, he plays their style of basketball, kind of a European style. And then you have Onyeka Okongwu, you have Tyrese Halliburton. There's a lot of value in that 5 to 10 range. So I do truly believe that Golden State will be open for business on draft night.
Okoro flying up to 3. Okongwu, who you just mentioned from USC, up to 5. Let's land on him. And is there a comp for him in the NBA that maybe has people looking at him and saying, maybe he's the next this player?
Well, Bam Adebayo has helped make Onyeka Okongwu a lot of money, okay? I think 4 or 5 years ago, we would say, no doubt about it, James Wiseman, 7'1", 250. He's clearly the best big in the draft. But teams are having some internal debates as to, is it Okongwu or is it Wiseman, okay? Because of Adebayo's success as a 6'9" center who can step out on the perimeter, he can switch ball screens, he can block everything, he finishes everything above the rim, great touch, great hands. Okongwu has a lot of those traits. Very similar measurements. He has great touch, has a really nice feel for the game, and that exact profile, that exact prototype, and those skills are what's going to make him a lot of money come draft night.
Now, much like the NFL has had to figure things out with the inability to go see prospects, et cetera, the NBA, which has a bit more time with the draft at the back end of June to try to figure these things out. But in the short term, how are NBA teams kind of recalibrating their approach to prospect analysis?
Well, they're operating as if the draft is going to be June 25th. I think that's really the only way you can function. But it's a lot of Zoom meetings. It's a lot of conference calls. It's film projects, you know, divvying up different prospects. You watch this guy, you watch this guy, you call this college coach, and really dialing into their contacts, to their intel, to really just gain as much information as they can. But I think it's going to be the wild, wild west, honestly, when draft night comes, because there's just not as much information out there. So it's going to be a very unpredictable draft night whenever that day does come.
Mike, given how many one-and-dones we're talking about, I'm not even talking about Wiseman, who only played a handful of games. I guess you're just going to have to rely on, conference schedule and trust your instincts. But that's what they get paid the big bucks for. Like you. We appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.